one of my fun or therapeutic things to do is to take a drive from time to time on irregular terrains. And by irregular, I don't necessarily mean off-road, but terrains with steep gradients, curly roads. I enjoy it. And country roads generally. And where I live is just 15 minutes drive and you're in a country area. So it's a suburban area that sits between country and the municipal or the metro area. So I'm just taking at this point, 13-minute drive from where I live through a very interesting terrain that I like to go. It's just very therapeutic for me. I enjoy driving it. You have to be alert, you have to be aware, you have to be very conscious of every little move. All these will make more sense when I get there. And this is the last suburban road before you get into the fun terrain. It's like the red line before you walk into an operating room. And it's interesting here, houses are on the left for the most part, and then just backing into the woods on the right across the road, which is nice. Really nice. I just love driving through places like this. On some occasions I decide to drive through the country areas if I'm doing like a 2-hour road trip, and I know that I can do majority of that trip on the highway, like an hour and 45 minutes of it on the highway. Sometimes I would rather choose the rigorous country roads, and even if I have to give up like 5 minutes of the total driving time, which means driving 5 minutes longer than I would if I chose to drive on the highway, I don't mind doing that because I find it more fun, like I said, driving through the country roads. And here we are. I'll make a left turn, and that would be the road we're looking at driving through today. And here we are. It's very tiny. It's a two-way road, so there is also oncoming traffic, but the road is not clearly marked. See? So you have to be very, very watchful for oncoming vehicles and give way for the road to be shared with them. And in many cases, you're not able to see so much in front of you. Like now, you can't see anything coming. You can't see anything coming. Look, it's like the road is ended, but it's not. So you're going to make a very sharp left turn here. Yeah, you're only seeing it's like seeing just 100 feet in front of you. That's it. So you have to anticipate a very quick emergence of an oncoming car and prepare to make a quick shift on your steering to accommodate them. Well, that's very interesting. And there are houses here. I mean, people live here, and the people who live here are not worried about city life at all. They chose this location because they want to be away from a little bit away from the heart of civilization, and just enjoy a little bit of wildlife and the quietness of living in the villages. My only concern for people here, I am very jealous of them, But I'm also concerned if if you have like a medical emergency, it will take a bit of a longer time for help to get to them. But look at that beautiful horse. See, beautiful. That's a horse, a stable. Okay, now there is an oncoming Honda CR-V, I think. Yeah. So you see, these people, I envy them, but I wouldn't live here because as much as I don't like living in the heart of the city, I also, oh, look at that. I also do not want to be so further away from it, that I have to drive 30 minutes to find a mall, a store, a shop. I haven't seen one gas station here, so it means it's going to be a bit of a drive to find a gas station. What it means is that many who live here would probably have like small gas storages, the little 5-gallon containers of gas, just in case if they run out and they need just enough to get out, they can lash onto that. But I don't want that. I want to be able to drive maximum of 5 minutes and get to the nearest gas station from where I live. It's just one of those creature comforts that I don't want to let go. So I would rather not live here. I would like to have a friend who lives here, so I can come here, spend a very short time and then return to my version of normal. And that's also why, of course, from time to time I drive down here or rather up here, because this is hilly, and just experience and soak in the feeling of being here. Now usually I would make a left turn here and go in that direction, but that terrain I'm familiar with. Today I am exploring this other side, the right side, and this area I have not driven before, so this is going to be a completely new experience for me. I haven't driven this one before, so let's see what it looks like. The road is clearly divided, so that's good. That's a change. Okay. So the road is marked, is divided, and is wider than the road I popped out from. I don't know where this road leads to. I'm not driving with a map. I don't need to. I know my way backwards. Unless I make a turn and make several other turns and then lose track. Otherwise, if I just drive on this road, I know how to find my way back. There's a police vehicle. That's interesting. Also, one other thing you have to watch out for when driving through roads like this is animals, deers, coyotes. There is the possibility of seeing bears here as well, and bisons, so you have to watch out. Mainly for the deers, because usually they jump out and you could hit them. The concern is not the hitting them or injuring them, because there is very little you can do about that, but the damage their horns can do on your vehicle, or their body generally can do on your vehicle, you don't want that. So for those two reasons, you just have to look out. Sometimes it's just unavoidable because they could hit you on the side, but you look out for them jumping across in front of you. You know when to brake, how to, steer and not jump in front of an oncoming vehicle while doing so. I have to also mention that there are many of the houses in this area that from the size and details of the house, I can estimate that those houses are owned by very, very rich people who decide to live, far away from other people. Rich people try to stay away from other people. Let me not say poor people or broke people, but they try to stay away from other people as much as possible. They like exquisity, exclusiveness. Live on their own. They don't even want to live with, amongst each other that much. They just want to live on their own, like individual rich people living on their own, just by themselves. They don't want to be bothered by people. They don't want association. They know how they meet each other, where they meet each other, but they don't want to live in, clustered neighborhoods. It's just what they prefer. Then there are also other people that they're not necessarily poor, but they just like the same thing. They just want to be on their own. They're so conservative and so private, and they just don't want to, mingle with people. There is a school here, so we are returning today. So this road somehow leads back into the suburbs. So we try and make a turn here and go back. Hopefully I'll be able to find my way back. Hopefully I'll find the left turn I took. Even if I miss it, what could go wrong? I'll just go the other way that I'm familiar with anyway. Once I start seeing things I'm familiar with, I'll know to turn around and then find the next right exit, and I'll be on my way back. Anyway, so far I hope this is better experience than just watched on the video, but at least you can, I hope rather, that you will be able to also benefit from the serenity and the beauty of the nature around here.